Hello everyone, Fariba here. In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you how to work the honeycomb stitch. This video tutorial is for the flat version. I'm going to also record another video for the in the round working. For this one, you can find the link down below. But today in this one, we're going to work the flat version. Also, I'm gonna have yarn on my right hand using the English method to show, and also with the left hand doing the continental method. For this stitch to work, you need to cast on a multiple of 2 plus 1. It means you need uneven number of stitches. And also we're gonna work in just 4 rows. It's completed in 4 rows. This is the front view and this is the back view. So we have wrong side and right side. It's better you choose the needle which is a little bigger than your yarn. Here I have used number 3 yarn with number 4 needle, and this is the result I got. I love the stretchiness. For this demo here, I have cast on 15 stitches with the same weight yarn and 4.5 or 4 millimeter needles. I have 15 stitches right here. I have worked one foundation row with knit stitches. So you need to have this row before starting the pattern, just plain knit stitches. And right here, I'm going to start with row 1 for this pattern. Okay, we're going to work row 1 and row 2. They are our main rows. And then we're going to work row 3 and 4 just to offset the row 1 and row 2. First, I'm going to start with English style holding. For the edge stitches, I slip the first stitch without knitting. The last stitch I knit. So here is my edge stitch. So for row 1, we need to work into the stitch below. It means instead of knitting the next stitch on the needle, you're gonna knit into the stitch below. Just pull the fabric a little bit. Sorry, you're gonna see the loop under it, and we're gonna knit into that stitch. Just simply knit into the stitch below. The next stitch we're gonna knit normally, and we're gonna repeat these two. Knit into the stitch below and knit one. Now I'm gonna switch to continental holding. It's the same thing. You're gonna knit into the stitch below. Just look for the loop under the stitch and knit into it, and then knit one. Knit into the stitch below, knit one. And I finish with knit one below and my edge stitch, which I'm gonna knit as well. Now we completed row 1. For row 2, you're gonna come to I'm gonna slip my edge stitch here. You're gonna look for your stitches. You're gonna see some of them have extra bar just in front of them, like this one here. This is the same one that we worked into the stitch below, and this one has only single strand here. So for those one that they have 2 bars here, we're gonna lift the this loose bar over here. We're gonna lift it, and from under it I'm gonna insert my needle and then go into the stitch, just normal knit stitch, and knit it. And then when you pull it through, you're gonna pull it through under that strand. I'm gonna show one more time. This is one without that extra strand. You're gonna just knit it normally. Now for the one that it has extra bar here, you're gonna lift that bar and then insert your needle into the stitch directly and wrap the yarn, pull it through and pull it through from that bar over there. Like pull it under it. And then again, knit one. You see that when I lift this one, it frees from here. So you insert your needle there, knit your stitch, and then pull it through both. Now I'm going to switch to continental. This is my normal knit stitch. I'm going to knit, and then here you're going to pull this strand over here, and you kind of lift it, knit the stitch, and pull it through. This stays on the other side. When you finish the stitch, it's gonna go to the other side like this. Knit one, lift, knit, and pull it through. It's kind of knitting two together. Okay, I finished this row two. Row three is similar to what we did in row one. We just need to shift our stitches for that. So I'm going to continue with continental method because this is going to be the same thing we are doing. I will slip my edge stitch, and then you're going to see again that you have one stitch with two bars here, and next to it is single stitch. So what we're going to do this time, when you see the two bars, you're going to knit this stitch alone, just simple knit stitch. This is row three we are working. For the one that it doesn't have any extra strand over there, it's just single, you're gonna knit into the stitch below. This is just repeating row one. We're gonna knit one, knit into the stitch below, knit one, knit into the stitch below. The only difference from row one is that we started row one with knit one below and then knit one. For row three, we start with knit one, then knit one below. And again, if you forget which one you did previously, if it has two bars, you're gonna just knit it simply. If it's alone, you're gonna knit into the stitch below. Sometimes this pattern looks confusing because it's hard to tell which row you are working. But as soon as you get the pattern, the right side and the wrong side, it's much easier. You just remember that when you are working the right side, this is the right side that I'm working. So, we are getting those lines over there. When you are working the right side, you work into the stitch below. When you are working the wrong side, you knit two together. You're working the knit two together row. So I slip my edge stitch, and we never have purl stitch. Always everything is either knit one below, or knit two together. So this is my single stitch. For single stitches, we're gonna simply knit them here. And then when there are two bars, we're gonna lift it, knit the stitch, and pull it through. it's kind of knitting two together. You can place it on the needle, then you found the here, the opening here, and then you knit it. That also works this way, but it's much easier if you just lift the bar here, knit the stitch and pull it through. Okay, we completed the first 4 rows. As you work, you're gonna see the pattern much better. I'm gonna continue with my swatch that I have here, just to show you how it's easier when you have the right side and the wrong side. When you have left your knitting and you forgot which row you're working, just don't worry, just remember this one. When you are working the right side, this is the row that I'm working, the right side, you're gonna knit into the stitch below. When you are working the stitch below row, if it's already the stitch with the 2 bars, you simply just knit it because we don't need bigger stitch anymore. But the one that is single, we're gonna make it double. So I'm gonna knit into the stitch below here because this one was a single stitch, and then now it's doubled. The one that is doubled, we're gonna single it. That's the only thing you just need to remember for this row. Now, when you are working the return row, no matter of which stitches you worked in the previous row, you're gonna think about this. In the return row, I'm gonna work 2 together. Then when I'm working 2 together, those single stitches will be singly knit stitch. But the one that it has bar, you're gonna lift the bar here and then knit the stitch and pull it through. Single knit, and then you'll look for this one, you go into the stitch, knit it and pull it through both. And that's it. You get this pretty pattern you can use for many projects, especially for cardigans, sweaters sometimes, and also very good on um, cowls. For hats also it works. I hope you guys try this one. In the next video, I'm gonna show you how to work in the round. It's basically very similar, just you need to adapt it for in the round working. Okay, let's see the next video.